Hi Imran, this is Nirali
Hi.
from Zoom TV Digital. It's
Hi.
my pleasure to have you here today for an interaction.
Thank you. Thank you.
Uh, Luckily, I had a chance to watch the trailer of Dybbuk, and I must say that the trailer itself is so thrilling and so intriguing that I can't wait to watch the project soon on the OTT
Great.
platform.
Great.
But
That's nice.
tell me, when you were first offered Debug as a project, what were the things that came into your mind that I need to consider to do this project?
To give people a new experience in horror, because I myself have worked in a couple of films before this. I just wanted to have something unpredictable to give the audience this time around, something new as far as the character goes, as far as the jump scares go, the horror elements. And in this, there was this added icing of, you're exposed to the Jewish culture and their beliefs of the occult and superstitions. So that gave it was a very new approach and very aesthetically shot. The tonality of the acting also very nuanced. It's not the typical heaving over the top performances. So that's what I liked about Jay's vision of what the original was, the Ezra, to now Dybbuk.
So the title, the book itself, so it sounds very nice and it has a mystery to that word also.
Yeah.
When you first know that you are doing a project called the book, what were the thoughts that came into your mind relating to this word?
Well, first thought was what exactly is this? Because it's not in our language; it's in Hebrew. So there was a bit of intrigue and to know what exactly this is. And then I came to know about the book box. I read about it on Wikipedia. Jay informed me. So it was all very exciting and interesting. That basically the book is their their word for a ghost or the undead that possesses someone. What we call a spirit, ruh, or atma in our language, in English or in Urdu, Hindi. So just learning about that culture was very, very interesting. And I got that from Jay, got that from reading on the internet a bit. It was fun.
Let me ask you, are you also one of those people who believe there are supernatural activities and paranoia that happens in this world?
I can't answer that question in a firm yes or no. I have, a rational part of me, the rational mind would say no, because you look for logical things, you look for things in our consciousness to see, and then you're like, no, probably not. But then we have faith in God. We haven't seen God. It's our faith in God and a supreme being that gives all this kind of meaning. So there's a side of me that says that, yeah, probably ghosts exist. There is another dimension to these things. What happens after death? These questions are, open-ended. People don't know the answer to these questions.
Absolutely. But if I have to ask you about one particular memory related to the book, what would you share? The thing about the book that will remain with you forever.
I think shooting in that house was very eerie. It was a heritage home, which 150 साल पुराना घर था, and we had shot in Mauritius. It gave me the creeps when I got there. I just generally don't get scared. I've seen so many horror films and I'm quite a skeptic, but it was, it's not the best place to be in the night to shoot, especially when you're sitting in the room alone waiting for a shot.
Mhm.
Uh, it was pretty spooky shooting in that house.
And how was your overall experience working with Nikita Datta in the film?
Oh, very good. I really admire the way she has, carried her character through the film. Her performance, very nuanced, certain subtlety, yet impactful. And yeah, she's done a splendid job in the film. And I think she's here to stay.
Absolutely. But growing up, when you were, say, in your teens or say in your childhood, did you ever believe, any ghost stories that, maybe your relative told you or a friend of you told
Yeah,
you
yeah.
that you believe that was true?
I believe so many. I mean, you're very gullible as a kid, right?
Hmm.
My dad used to make me uh, narrate stories of things, and when I used to hear stories, As a kid, you buy into that because your imagination runs wild as a kid and you don't know any better. So you obviously buy into these stories. Plus, I was watching so many horror films that used to work on my mind. I actually started watching horror films from the age of 8. So all that used to work on my imagination. And yeah, it was quite spooky till I matured slightly, and then you understand that half these things are fiction and stuff.
But also, talking about your films, a lot of your projects released in 2021, though we were locked in a pandemic and everything. Tell me, looking back at this year, 2021, how do you feel this year has turned out to be for you?
Great. I have no complaints whatsoever. It's been spectacular. Um, a film like Mumbai Saga got a theatrical release. Chehre got a theatrical release. They both went OTT and did tremendous numbers. So no complaints there. And now Dybbuk is a film that is, as an Amazon Prime original film, we're going across 240 countries. So no complaints there either. I wouldn't have it any other way. And it's a film that I feel has international appeal. I think people are going to love it equally outside the country.
Do you think it is a wise decision to release the film on an OTT platform in the times when theaters are reopening in the next 2 days?
No, I think so. Because first of all, there's a lot of clutter of films releasing. We wanted the best avenue, the best for this film. Halloween was a great day. We wouldn't have gotten such a great theatrical because of the wave of so many other films coming. It's consolidated to a OTT platform. And we're not just showcasing in India, we're showcasing the world. And it has this very international texture. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
When I look at your filmography, you have done so many wide varieties of characters in your films. But today, when you look back at your journey, do you kind of regret taking up any opportunities or regret missing out on opportunities that you got?
There are a couple of films that I let go of that eventually were successful. But I keep telling myself that that's in that actor's or that person's destiny. It wasn't in my destiny. I believe what eventually has to come to you will come to you. And you rejected it for a reason. So no regrets there. I think I'm here because of the choices I've made. And I don't regret that.
But let me take you back to the time when you started off as an actor in Bollywood. What were the certain, hardships or rather say challenges you had to face to make a niche for yourself in this industry?
Just the fact that I wasn't a conventional thinker. I didn't think conventionally. I didn't pick up conventional scripts. So there was this pushback of why you're doing stuff like this when this works. But thankfully, I picked up stuff that was unconventional, but it worked. And that became part of my brand. I still think differently, but now it's become an added advantage because in OTT world, and also the audience right now, generally, even for theatrical, I'm sure people will want to see different new stuff because they are so exposed to so much of such a vast terrain on OTT. Yeah.
Yeah. And as the theaters reopen on 22, which is the first film that you personally want to go to a cinema and watch?
I would want to see Suryavanshi. It's releasing on Diwali. There's James Bond. I would want to watch that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And on a parting note, a lot of people are excited to know about your part in Tiger 3. Would you, give a tease or a hint about the same?
Nothing right now. Right now, it's Dybbuk. Enough time to talk about future projects very shortly. And I promise you we'll chat very soon.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Imran, for your time. It was lovely to have you on Zoom.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.